Like everybody else in the world, I'm scrolling through Marketplace looking at banana seat bikes, and I come across this old bike similar to one I had as a kid, and of course I didn't have a basket on it. But I get reading it and I go, well, I need another bike like a hole in the head, but it's only $100. And then I zoom in and I read this, and it's like, wait a minute, I can get it for free if I do a wheelie. I didn't read it real carefully. I just thought, oh, if I do this wheelie for 3 seconds, I get a free bike. So naturally, I like free stuff, and I like wheelies. All right, on my way. Let's go. All right, I parked the truck and say hello to everybody. I don't get a GoPro out and start shoving it in everybody's faces, but I unload my old Raleigh chopper from 1975, and I figured I'd show that off to them for some reason. And they were so overwhelmed with excitement. I mean, I had to put it away because they were just, the dog just couldn't stand himself. Anyways, time to get back to the reason I came, is this old supercycle. So here's the thing about that. I grabbed this old bike, and while they're distracted, I think they went to go look at the chopper some more. I sat on it and realized I'm in big trouble. This bike is tiny. The seat is way too low. There's no way I can ride this thing, let alone do a wheelie on it. But I got lucky. I pointed out a problem, a safety issue. Look at this tire, I said. What is going on here? You're trying to kill me? It's all ripped out. It's going to blow out. I'm going to crash and roll down the driveway, probably burst into flames. And what are we going to do now? And I drove all this way. Now, being the gentleman that he is, he said, tell you what, take it home. Because I told him I have a spare tire at home. Take it home, get a 3-second wheelie on it, throw it on video. If you can put it up on YouTube, you got the bike for free. If you can't do it in like a reasonable amount of time, you pay me $100 and we call it good. And on that, we shake hands, take our parting pictures, and off on down the road I go with my new purchase. I'm sure I can get a 3-second wheelie in on this, right? All right, home with my latest Marketplace purchase. I've got to get this thing in shape long enough to do a 3-second catwalk. All right, I got to pop a wheelie for 3 whole seconds on this. And, when I was 14, I could have done it all the way down the street, but things have changed just a little bit. But I'm sure I can get 3 seconds out of this thing, right? Front tire is not bad, but what's with all these beads? They got to go. All right, first things first, let's change some tires. Went into my junk pile and found, well, this was not junk at all. This is a brand new tire. I think I'd bought an old bike, put the brand new tire on, and sold the bike, but I kept the tire. And of course I got to put a 16 on the front. Every banana seat bike needs a 16-inch front tire. Possibly the basket will go. And then out comes the aluminum foil and water, and let's see how much rust I can take off this thing. All right, let's go. Okay, new tires on, and it's not as cool as the original red line, but hey, it does have this really neat white lettering on it, right? That's kind of neat. On one side, really, they put it on the shelf with that out so that you think it's on both sides, and it's not. Way to go, people. I'm pretty sure the fella said, definitely remove these beads. I don't think he said, oh yeah, keep those on because I dare you to. I don't think he said that. They just pop off. Or break. dropped it. Alright, this isn't original. We got a screw holding the seat neck in place. So I suspect I can drill a new hole and raise the seat maybe. Okay. There is a hole there already. I just popped it right in the spot. Alright, that'll do for now. Hey, what do you think? Pretty obvious that it's perfect now. So back in the day, my requirements were 16-inch front tire, wheel. I guess that's it. The rest would be normal. But I think that looks pretty cool. Now this is pre-rust removal. I'm going to get to it with the aluminum foil and water here and just see how much of this will clean up. But first, let's ride. The pedal's good, the brakes work perfect. It is tiny. I'm gonna have to start practicing wheelies. Not today. Alright, it's perfect. Alright, I decided I should practice on a bike I'm a little more used to, so out comes the chopper again.
free bike, right? There's a 3-second wheelie. But then I got thinking, I don't know, I kind of modified the bike from the original deal, right? I changed a bunch of stuff. So let's do this. Let's let you decide if I have to pay $100 or if I get a free bike. Here's how. YouTube lets you cut things out of a movie once it's uploaded, but they don't let you add things, so you can't do too much modification once it's uploaded. So what I'll do is I'll make 3 statements here. You pick one, whether I owe $100, whether I got a free bike, or maybe, you know, something in between. How about $50? You know, split the difference, because there's a gray area here. And then I'll chop the movie up. Once I get up to, say, 50 comments, I'll see what the majority vote is there. If I got to pay $100, I'll do that. Buddy will be happy. If I get a free bike, then I'm happy. And then if, you know, if we split the difference, I send them $50, we're both happy. You decide. So let's roll. All right, the vote is in, and all right, there is a bit of a gray area on the modifications on the bike, so we're going to split the difference. Everyone said, you know what, he deserves $50 for the bike, and yeah, you did the stunt, so $50. Let's take a quick look at what a ball of aluminum foil and water can do on an old rusty bike. Let's get in the garage and take a look. Cheers. All right, I got to wrap this project up. I got other things to do, and the leaves are falling. We're losing summer quick here. We'll be into winter stuff in no time. So the bike is actually for my granddaughter to play with. You know, I got to get that seat a little lower, but obviously I'm not going to be riding around town at 61 years old on a child's bike. Well, you know, wouldn't surprise anybody. Now, if you look close, you might have noticed that I now have a 3-speed hub on the back of this bike. Of course, there was no chrome left on this chain guard. It's just basically all pitted metal. It was just way too rusty to clean up, but the fenders came out pretty good. Haven't got to the handlebars yet, but you know, they're all painted gray too, so it's going to take a little bit to get those scrubbed down. But it's a good rider. I have to get I have the cable for the rear brake is a little too short, so I got to get one, and I think 58 inches. And yeah, we just jam some brakes on the back of this thing. We won't worry about a front brake. And this bike now, the donor for the 3-speed, is now a coaster brake bike. And it works really good. Brakes work good. So there you have it, the end of this job. Everybody needs at least 2 old bikes, maybe 3, you know, just for the cool factor. All right, from Ontario. Cheers, folks.